There we go, now the mic's working.
Yay!
We exist!
Really? I live. I almost like that way so there's no blockage of humans.
Oh yeah, there's not other humans on this couch yet.
Hopefully there will be by the end of the night, but if not, well, you know, scheduling and transportation logistics happen.
Right.
And I've got to work out for it. And I'm really sorry ahead of time, Thomas. Anyway.
Oh no! When you apologize, it's not good.
I had a chance to talk to him about what I was going to have to do to his character because it was kind of a last minute thing. So yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, before we get any further into things, first of all, welcome back to By the Dice and announcements.
Thank you once again to Rip Reptiles, a local scaled exotics rescue here in Eugene, for providing our printer and ink.
And thank you to Pudgy for the glorious Heroes Feast, sandwiches, guacamoles. Kind of reminds me of some of the sludge in the sewer you guys are crawling through, but tastes much better, I'm sure. Far less disease-ridden. You dirty, dirty characters, you.
Diseases are only diseases if you think of them that way.
Or if they kill you.
Yeah, true.
Right. An addiction is a disease, as you are soon to find out. Okay, so, anything else on the list?
Sandwich.
Sandwich? Yeah, sandwich works. Well, with that, then, let's recap this a bit. Having met Thorin and let him out of his cell the last time, we left you all back at Keloura's cell where you had encountered the guards. Screamy is still our screaming skeleton friend all the way down at the gutters, if someone would be so kind as to put a skeleton down there. We had one. Here's Screamy. Yay! Anaya is still locked up in her cell.
Even Keloura.
Keloura is still locked up in her cell. In a wall-running parkour competition from point A to point B. We'll start with Wisp. What did you contract? From the sludge flowing through the channels of this sewer. Yes, sludge. You want to know what the secret of the ooze is? Here you go, kids.
Well, Trebek, in the form of question, I have low-grade vampirism and liquid pain addiction.
Oh, so you're addicted to liquid pain and you have... Perfect. That makes it so much easier. I'm so glad you rolled that. Thank you. And, what did you find yourself inflicted with? Revenant?
Demonic syphilis, fairy wing addiction, and dragon flu.
Don't worry, you've got 3 to 4 days until the scales start growing. Yeah.
Shit happens.
And
Hey, I made use of mine. I ripped out a dude's throat.
I tried to spit in a dude's face.
yes,
but
you
no.
have stage 1 vampirism. You have a craving for blood. You have not completely become a vampire. You have not taken an innocent life yet.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, the craving for blood, Wisp has that anyway.
Yeah, this seems like a little bit more. The bigger question is, which vampire infected you? Now, with the two of you not feeling the greatest out in the hallway, I need Keloura to roll a Constitution saving throw. A difficulty of 15 for now.
I can see it now. Not in game, but I can see it now. Wisp is probably sitting there, and he's probably getting like little images of the vampire that infected him, and all I can think of is, but Mr. Krabs, I've got to make the Krabby Patties!
It'd be a 16.
You've made it. And it will continue to go up for a while now. So, As you sit there watching the guards dispatch and the one that you flung off of the bars into the drink float away, the gate is slammed shut again, and all of the tumblers went back into place. And you feel a very strange, very erotically pleasant euphoria wash over your body. And as it seeps into you, you also it's like the most spontaneously wonderful orgasm you've ever felt for the first 43 seconds. And you can count them. Because from the second that stops, all of a sudden it feels like knives being shoved through every joint of your body and twisted. And Wisp, I need you to go ahead and roll a perception check.
Would that be more or less painful than actually being literally on fire?
You're actually not feeling it right now.
Regular
So,
perception
left.
check.
Yep. Not passive. That one I just need the number for.
17.
You smell something sweet. Something that you've never smelled before, but that you really, 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 really want. It seems to be coming from Keloura's cell.
How close am I to Keloura show?
Maybe about 15, 20 feet. There where that little square thingy is.
Okay. Can I see inside Keloura show?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dimension door into the cell.
Well, hi.
Actually, I need you to roll the hit.
Oh no!
I got mail on my hands. What the fuck?
Do I get a dex save?
Said roll to hit.
Yeah.
I got a 17.
Well,
That misses my armor class.
yeah. You can get stuck in the bars.
Well,
is what that
actually,
was
hang
for.
on.
Okay.
Okay, so then I guess I missed a bunch.
Yeah, you find that, like, you were aiming for, like, 5-10 feet into the room, you know, a safe distance, being smart. For some strange reason, your portal stops and starts at the bars. It's like it creates a temporary hole in them,
Okay.
and you're able to walk through it. Congratulations, you're now in the cell with Keloura. Who we're gonna call this one in running. I'm supposing you're this guy, and you're just kind of there
Wait,
still.
that was your last dimension
You're this
door,
guy.
wasn't it?
We got a rest before this one. We were resting out on the outside.
Was that a long rest?
That was a short rest. Got like a couple spell slots and was able to burn it.
Because I don't know how much I want to be locked in here with you.
Well,
I'm just standing out there like, alright, I guess I'll deal with these assholes on my own.
There's nobody out there.
they're dead.
For now.
There is a skeleton screaming and gurgling at the far end of the hallway, hooked up against a storm drape, flailing madly and incapable of grabbing hold of its slippery sledge-covered bars.
Your best bet is to try to use your crossbow that you always love to use and shoot his jaw off. I mean, that's gotta be your best bet.
How about I try to get you guys out?
That doesn't seem like it's going
Are
to
your
be too much.
lockpick skills really that good?
I
Alright.
got proficient in thieves tools and my sleight of hand is a +4.
Yeah, but every time you've tried to unlock doors, you just made it worse.
That was the dice, fuck you.
Okay.
So
I'm saying, I'm speaking as character to character. Every time Yvonne tried to undo the locks, you made it worse.
I'm gonna walk around to the cell over the bridge.
Okay. You take your. There's no like actual movement worry, so you can move him over there whenever. Yeah, you're on that side of the wall.
And roll to pick the locks.
Sleight of hand. It's a sleight of hand.
Dude, it's really wild.
Since I'm
that,
thieves' tools proficient, would that be with advantage?
Yeah, it would.
That's wild. Your sleight of hand is lower than mine.
Yeah, but just a heads up.
Only by 2 though.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's a master lock.
I know.
Master magic lock.
20s.
Excuse me, people. I didn't mean to burp out loud. Well, I did mean to burp, but I didn't mean to burp that loud.
18 plus 22 total.
Mama said there'd be days like this. There'd be days.
So I got an 18 and a 14.
Mm-hmm. And I need you to roll a dexterity check.
Check or save?
Save, actually, for this. Thank you.
That's okay, I'm proficient in that.
That's why I asked.
I needed to slap some of that guacamole.
Difficulty's only 15 for this, so go for it.
Keloura is frustrated with Titanius. Anaya is not frustrated with Chris.
21.
Okay, so as you're finagling and twisting and turning, you feel something wrong, and it's almost like the lock tries to grab your pick, and at the last minute you're able to get the lock pick out before it's broken off in the lock.
I think you guys might be fucked.
Friend, the corpse at the bars has the key.
Okay, I need a constitution check from both of you.
Me and Cora?
Mine being difficulty 16?
Yep, and yours being at a 15.
Nope. Okay. I missed it by 1.
We'll talk in a minute.
Rolled a 10.
16.
You're fine, and much like what I just described for Keloura happens to you, as you step into this room, there's this that strange smell is seeping out of the walls. It flows over you, and you notice that there's this strange, viscous red liquid. It's not blood, but looks very similar, only slightly glowy. And it seeps into your skin, and that same wave of hyper-orgasmic pleasure washes over you, followed by what feels like thousands of needles pulling at every follicle of your fur all
How
at
does
once
it seep into my skin?
through the floor
Oh, okay.
and the room as a whole.
Alright.
Now,
Her-
as for Keloura, as you're standing there, oh, by the way, you are no longer suffering any of the cravings from your addiction.
Okay.
You, on the other hand, find yourself suddenly racked with pain as if somebody drove an iron spike into the base of your spine at the tailbone, and then proceeded to rip upward and implant it with acorns, only to then remove those and sew it all back together again and fuse it, and then do the same to the rest of your bones.
Okay. Well, Keloura has been literally on fire before.
And now you are doubled over, on the ground, writhing like somebody put malathion on a cockroach.
Okay.
The bird just kind of drops and starts screaming next to you.
I'm hard. I'm not gonna notice.
Oh, you'd notice this.
Yeah, I'm a lay there and scream. Yeah, I've done this before. I've been in this position of the screaming and laying on the floor thing before.
Not like this. There's pain, there's what you've felt, and then there's this.
Mm-hmm.
You would notice, even with your passive perception, both of you, that as Keloura starts screaming, a pool of that same red liquid starts seeping out of her and moving up the cracks in the wall, literally up them, and dripping down into that container that was next to where Screamy was hanging.
Okay. So my question is, can I take any vials of this stuff, or do I have to, like, you know, just sit here and keep enjoying it?
All things considered, you can do, but that is completely up to you.
I need lubrication for later.
Pleasure and pain all in one.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm addicted to this shit. What's it matter? Alright, so can I get like 2 vials of it?
Sure, go ahead and... Go ahead and just standard straight dexterity check, not a save. No, it's still
12.
Well, you do manage to fill both vials. And 3 drops fall onto your hand from the ceiling.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a constitution check for me, or save for me, please. Difficulty's at 20.
What the fuck? Fuck that dice.
What did it say?
It was a 9, but like, even with my con save, I still only made like a fucking 13.
So, too much. Way too much.
But that was like the second time they gave me a fucking 9, so that's why that dice is fucked. I don't care. Dice can go away.
Fair.
Anyway, you were saying?
So, a pleasure fades to pain for you.
Okay.
New kinds of pain. You thought it hurt when they cut off your tail. You thought it hurt when you were tortured and abused. You thought it hurt when things bit into you and ripped away chunks. This feels like your very muscles are trying to strip themselves off of your bones and feed themselves to you at the same time. As if your stomach's acids are eating you from the inside out while your brain melts through your nostrils, and anything that once resembled genitalia turns into necrotic goop is what it feels like. And you're actually starting to hallucinate this because that's a concentrate that 3 drops just landed on your set.
At this point, I'm gonna yell, Herbie! Get help!
Yes, because you are much in the same way that Keloura is, and you will get it about once every minute. You will get a Constitution save to pull yourself back together and gain some consciousness outside of pain. But something is wrong, Ronan. Something is very wrong. Both of your friends are screaming in pain on a floor. Herbie
So what's
is
the door-
shaking inside of your top hat, which has fallen off and is upside down on
what's
the floor
door
watching
hinges
you.
Made out of? What's the door made out of again?
Adamantite.
So acid probably wouldn't do much.
It'll melt it eventually.
I mean, technically, you'd have a better chance using that, like using it on pages than you would so.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you not catch Keloura prior to collapsing to the floor, telling you the corpse by the gate has the key?
The bird did scream this.
We're
I didn't catch
corpse
it.
by the key.
Okay.
Agatha.
I go look for the key in the corpse.
Well, dangling off, having slid in the sludge a bit, hanging so that the body's half slumped over, you see a woman whose face is dragging in the muck. Seems the only woman out of the guards, so you assume it's her, and are able to pull her out. The face is melted off. There are things crawling where her brain used to be, and coated in sludge dangling from the base of her skull where it got hooked over her vertebrae. I actually did roll a percentile to see whether the necklace that has the key on it fell off. You find a very odd looking key. It's what you assume it's a key. It's a circle with a bar hanging off of it and a single little line. You know enough about locks to know that no lock has that few a number of tumblers. You wouldn't even give that to an apprentice thief to try and teach them how to pick a lock. There are gemstones embedded in the key, and it's on a platinum chain. Well, you're assuming it's platinum because it's still a bright whitish metal even in this sludge. You can't really tell what the gemstones are, but it looks like a key.
I go and try it on the cell.
I'm not the GM. I'm gonna let you play.
You're my teammate.
Mm-hmm. But you're
As you hold out the key, it starts to feel warm and slides in to the door with no problem. And you hear, it feels like something's going on inside of it, and a light comes from inside the lock as you hear all the tumblers click. And it pops open. And roll your next Constitution save. 17.
No.
You now have stage 1 liquid pain addiction, are writhing in 3 times the amount of pain that I just described, and I'm just not going into those kind of gory details. Children do watch this, and that's just wrong. And let's just say, currently Keloura feels like they were triple stuffed by a Pope's pear.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Because I was expecting much worse.
I mean,
You rolled a
apparently you're
4.
taking it anyway.
Oh, it looked like a 1.
No, you rolled a 4 originally, and you
Okay.
picked it up, and it came to a 1. I looked at the die when
Oh.
it dropped.
Chill. 'Cause
If it was a
here
1,
looked like
it
a
would be. Now, here's where the real nasty is. You have been exposed to enough that for the next 12 hours, you take 1 point of strength and 1 point of constitution penalty to the stat itself. Your turn. You're only on your second saving throw. This one will be at a 16. It gets worse every time you're in the room, the longer you're in the room, by the way.
How's it worse when the last one was 20?
No,
My last con save was 20.
Oh, it's 15 is what you...
the difficulty was a 15. You rolled
Oh.
a 20. It's up to a 16 now. It goes up 1 per.
The 3 drops, the difficulty was
No,
20.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
rolled a 20. You're correct.
Okay.
I set the difficulty at a 15. So meet it or beat it.
So now you have to meet or beat a 16.
Because you're in the room.
Fucking goddamn knives! 13.
13. The pain racks more, as you described. And you as well take 1 point to constitution and 1 point to strength for the next 12 hours.
Okay.
The door is open, though, and you are at least aware enough, unlike Keloura, who is totally screwed, that you can see that there's a way out of the room. And you did get your 2 vials. No, your DC was 20 on that one thing because you put your hand in it.
Yeah,
Just
so
being in the
you
room, the
feel-
difficulty
yeah,
is a
yeah.
16. Putting your hand in it and the 3 drops coming in direct contact got you the 20.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's where the confusion is. Got it.
Cool. I was trying to think.
Fuck them goddamn knives.
Still.
The
All
hell
right,
with the
so
nines.
you're welcome to. You do still have your movement. You are technically at where you rolled. I'll say capable of.
I'm gonna step out of the fucking
Crawl yourself
cell.
out of the
Yeah,
room?
Crawl myself out of the room.
Once you get to about Ronan's feet and the other side of the doorway, the pain, like, it starts easing. It's like you're not getting more.
Okay.
It's like when you finally stop hitting the bowl when people are passing it to you too damn much.
I got you.
Okay.
So, and that brings us to Ronan because you're a writhing puddle of goo on the floor right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at Wisp and be like, you guys alright?
No.
Alright.
You're crawling, so no.
Then there's your answer.
Well, get the fuck up. We still gotta get the bird.
If I could get up, I'd be up.
Let's see.
The only thing that could get up right now is one.
No, that even hurts.
Right?
Given the construction of the Eric Cocker, am I beholden to the instinctive behaviors of a bald eagle?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You can't try and gnaw your parts off in this case because there's too much to gnaw off.
No. I've handled a bald eagle that was in pain, and they're getting ready to handle me. So I was trying to see if I would react with that particular animal
Huh?
instinct.
Let's see how this actually goes down. So you're going into said cell, right?
I never said that. I said we gotta get the bird somehow. I never said I was going in.
Okay, so how you getting the bird out? Let's hear this. The bird can't contribute. The bird is screaming in pain right now until you decide what you're doing, and then I'll let them roll another save.
We got 50 feet of rope, hempen rope. I can tie it into a lasso and pull the bird out.
You can certainly try.
Oh no.
Okay, is that your plan currently?
Do I need to hog tie you?
I think hog tying would require you to actually step into the zone.
No,
Yeah,
pull
it would.
towards me.
Well, that would still require flinging the lasso and getting a hit.
Yeah.
Good news is you're a prone target and they have no problem with armor class at that point with a ranged weapon. They're
Why
not
not?
proficient.
Let's try it.
Alright, first of all, I need you to roll a survival check to see how well you tie that knot.
That's only a +2. God damn it. Okay, Pudgy, look at the red dice. I didn't touch it.
Fuck you.
Nat 20.
Okay, cool. That's actually really helpful. So you actually managed to, you don't tie like what you would consider, you tie an actual lariat. Like a proper stiff rope knot.
I'm sorry, guest, but it's hot, so I'm taking off my fucking shirt. You see something you don't want to see? Close your eyes. Yeah, I'm so hot. I'm sorry. I had to. Normally, I wear my shirt the whole time. And
Nobody here
We're
has a
sitting in
problem
front of
with
the
it.
AC.
You can
I'm
come
just
sit by
working.
me. I'm friendly. I don't bite hard.
Unless you ask.
Your booty's about to show to the camera though.
I mean, I could ask nicely, but I don't normally beg, so it's not gonna happen.
Alright, so you oh yeah, go ahead.
Pants?
and
What are
drop that down
pants?
and
I don't know what pants are. What are you talking
Say
about?
that again.
drop the temperature down. I have no insulation, so for me, it's impossible for me to get warm.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers got insulation.
There you go. You can have the cold air.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
I have
Alright,
friends.
so you've got a really nice lariat tied. What are you aiming for on Keloura 2? Okay, I need you to describe to me how you are writhing on the floor in pain and what this looks like. What would be sticking up?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Birds don't have those.
I know.
In the pattern of a bald eagle, because that's the skeletal structure I know I'm working with. My head would actually be down like under my shoulder, So what would be up would probably either be my wings and my legs.
So I was thinking trying to rope both the legs and just slowly pull the bird out.
Because eagles, when they're in pain, tend to do this.
And so I'm gonna do it as
Partially,
gently.
but you're also writhing and twitching.
So
Yeah.
this is gonna be as gently as possible to not cause any more pain. But that's my plan, is to rope the legs and
Okay.
Rope the legs, cradle the head. It'll be there now. It'll be okay.
so am I rolling the hit?
Yeah, I need one thing answered though.
What?
What's your dexterity bonus?
Hey Chris, can you tell us my shirt?
+2.
Thank you.
Hey Chris, can you tell me my shirt?
I'm guessing the AC fixed it.
No. I need a cushion.
So it's the hit plus my dex bonus, right?
Yes, this is ranged, so you can use your dexterity bonus. You are not proficient technically with it, so
Roll with care.
17.
that hits because your armor class is only a 12 in this condition. You managed to get this looped around both ankles solidly. You feel both of your ankles slammed together as a slip knot ties around them. You're reminded of times when you were almost dragged behind horses. And you start hallucinating the fiendish faces that were tormenting you. Go ahead and roll that constitution check again.
I was gonna ask, do I get part of my brain back yet?
Please do,
No.
so I can talk to you and you not freak
What'd you
out.
roll?
Is that a 4 or a 1?
It's a 9.
Okay.
Plus. It won't matter because I know you don't have a +9 to it, so.
It's an 11 total.
Okay, so at an 11 total, as you're dragged out, well, as you get her roped and start to drag her out, I need you to make a strength check because that hurt a lot as the next wave washes over you. Blood starts coming, actual blood. You can see it because you're at least gaining somewhat of reality back again. Starts flowing out of the corners of her eyes and the nostrils of her beak.
12.
And the ear holes.
12 total, 10
How
plus
much do you
2.
weigh?
I don't have 180.
Plus
And I'm
armor and
fighting.
gear. So, you pull. You pull hard, and this bird is not budging and is fighting you, and you're not sure why. Part of you actually kind of wants to stay in the room at this point, by the way. It hurts, and you're afraid to leave because it hurts. It's telling you that you need to stay, or it'll hurt you even more.
I mean, there are several moments where I end up off the ground entirely because I am all arms and wings right now.
Yeah, so you ever seen like somebody try to like lasso a bird and it flops and flies everywhere and it's almost
Yeah.
that's what you're looking at your homie. Wisp, you're now watching Keloura flop
But
around the
6
inside of
feet
this
tall.
cell like a pigeon caught in a cage.
Are you feeling any better? Can you help me?
I don't know. Am I feeling any better?
Go ahead and roll Constitution.
Oh,
Let me look at your specs. I'm trying to figure out how fucked I am.
wait, why is
Very.
there stone mixed in with that? That's just weird.
Boom, boom, boom. Red Robin.
Rolling for what now?
Constitution save. Difficulty, you're outside of the room is back down to 15.
If you get a 9, I swear I'm going to drop you on the floor and fucking kick you. You better not.
Hey!
Fuck yes. Hey, listen to me. And it's off a con, right?
Yep.
Dirty 20.
That'll definitely do it. You feel you're able to shake it off, and strangely enough, I mean, you're used to magical things and things of that nature. You're realizing that that room is probably set up as a liquid pain extractor,
Okay.
and that the vials that you do have in your pocket are probably about 3,000 dosages each. Once a day will keep the negative effects of your addiction from furthering you. More than that, you start getting negative effects in multiples. So you basically have 6,000 days for yourself, or 3,000 for each of you.
Okay, here's the question though. Being that I am in recovery, I want to know what the withdrawal period is.
Can I get a pencil? My pencil's over there on the floor. I don't know what I did.
Honestly, before withdrawal starts, or how long does the actual physical withdrawal last?
How long until can consider self having broken free of the withdrawals?
10 years.
Fuck. That's a commitment and a half. Short of lesser or greater restoration.
Greater. It's a magically extracted drug. Lesser restoration would work for tobacco addiction.
Well, shit. Okay, well, at least I know what I'm up against.
By the way, Ronan, you're also starting to itch everywhere. Speaking of addictions. And every time that you, like, scratch, you notice little flaky scales, like glitter, shed away.
I've got the flu, Yeti got any fairy wings.
Let me know when I get my constitution check.
Shit sucks.
So, are you gonna help him drag the bird out the cell? Because right now he got a bird on a fucking rope.
And the bird is going absolute postal.
My addiction setting in.
It's gonna be TPK tonight.
Please note, I did not kill them. They're killing themselves. Because suicide is painless.
Apparently not.
Well, you're the one that locked yourself in a liquid paint extractor, not me.
Where's that fly swatter?
It's around, but we'll get that on the bio break. But yeah, like, seriously.
I am going to.
I'm creating an aircraft for Pudgy.
Yeah, that feels amazing. Like, I am not going to argue.
Hey, whatever works, as long as he's able to focus on his part of this insanity.
Alright, so I am going to. See, I can't do the whole strength thing because Wisp is not exactly a strong dude, just saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and cast Awakened Mind, which allows me to speak to any creature seen within 30 feet telepathically.
Okay.
And I'm going to basically, like, tell Keloura, hey, it's Wisp, it's okay, Ronan's trying to pull you out of the cell, everything will be alright. Just trying to, like,
Okay.
trying to keep Keloura somewhat calmer so Ronan can pull her out.
Considering the, I guess, addled would be a good way to put this condition of their brain right now. I do need you to go ahead and roll a d20 with your spell attack bonus.
Okay.
Oh, him not.
And I need you to fail an intelligence saving throw against whatever he rolls.
Okay.
I rolled a 25.
I rolled a 2.
Over the pain. Over everything. You'll get to your part of this in a second. Echoing over everything. Drowning out the ouch. Drowning out the mental turmoil. Drowning out your trauma. You hear Wisp say,
Keloura, it's Wisp. Ronan has got a rope around your ankles trying to pull you out of the cell so he doesn't get infected. You're currently under liquid pain addiction. Everything will be okay, I promise.
Honest question. How much of what Keloura's actions are right now is complete survival instinct and not conscious?
Close to 95%. Keloura's conscious.
Wisdom is
action-
willpower, right? Go ahead and make a wisdom save.
I think I'm gonna have,
What's a 9?
Well, guess what? Your survival instincts lose to a 25. So, you hear it. It registers. It made sense.
I'm gonna have, Herbie, since he's already out, I'm gonna have Herbie help Ronan with trying to pull Keloura.
Can I roll my constitution with advantage to gather myself enough to hold still for a few seconds?
You are actually calming enough. You're able to calm yourself enough from wisps reaching out and waking you up out of the delusionary state that this chemical has put you in, that you technically can already.
Alright, that's gonna be my action. I'm pulling in the wings and arms tight and going as still as I can to be pulled.
And I.
Okay, roll strength. Go ahead and make another strength check. This time put a +2 advantage on it because Herbie's little, so he doesn't provide a lot of help. You technically would have provided more help, but
Yeah.
I just took a shot. I took a point off of your strength a second ago, so. And your constitution.
Yeah.
Them drugs is bad.
17.
Okay? 17?
Yeah.
This time she pulls much easier. And you feel the ground under you sliding and scraping.
I've been through worse, much recently.
Yeah. And the second that you feel the gate brush across your back to the door, the pain starts to subside. And all you can hear is the skeleton screaming and gurgling.
Before anybody asks, no, I'm not getting cold. I'm just putting my shirt on, so I'm not showing ass crack when I go to get something to drink.
Fair.
Appreciate it. With that, and Keloura now out of the cell, the three of you look around and realize that your friend is missing.
Oh no. But I haven't met the friend, I wouldn't know that.
You know, you did see them fighting. You don't know where they went. Here said Thomas, I'm sorry.
Have you seen our new friend?
Since earlier, I've been kind of, a bit distraught.
Somebody punched him in the alley button.
In the alley button.
Yeah, all the alley, all over.
Well, I didn't tell him to go in the cell.
No, you didn't.
The sledge did.
My addiction did.
Literally.
Yeah. My addiction was literally like, hey.
I like how it worked out so natural though.
Actually, completely out of character, okay? I can honestly see my addiction before I dimension doored into the cell. My addiction door, or my addiction was kind of like calling out to me as like Hexus from Fern Gully,
Yes, actually.
doing the toxic love song, okay?
Won't you get my boom 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 toxic
Toxic
love?
And it was just like, okay, I gotta do it.
Just gotta say, the film you know Tim Curry from says a lot about your personality.
Actually,
It's more the well, you see, for me that's terrible then because it starts with Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Same.
then goes to Muppet Treasure Island, then to Fern Gully, then to Clue.
See, mine's indifferent.
And then
Mine
to about
starts-
7 other different weird places.
Mine first starts off as Stephen King's It.
You know,
For Tim
Mr.
Curry?
Pennywise. Hell, fuck yeah, dude. Mr. Pennywise. He was the original Mr. Pennywise.
Oh yeah, he was.
yeah.
We love you, Tim.
May you rest in peace.
Gone before your time, for there will be no better Frankenfurter.
Or hexes. Or Pennywise the Clown.
Yeah.
So, the pain has subsided. You are feeling weakened, and that was not cool. You won't have to feel the craving of your addiction for the next 24 hours. For the next 12 hours from the overdose, the both of you have a -1 to your strength and constitution.
Overall stat or stat modifier?
Overall stat.
Okay, that's fine.
It comes back after 12 hours, prolonged exposure over an elongated period of time. And too many overdoses, it may not. It will
Okay.
deteriorate your body, just like real drugs.
Okay.
Yep, that's right. Ronan could die from snorting fairy scales at this point. Or the dragon flu. By the way, do me a favor. Go ahead and roll a constitution check for me. Difficulty is a 17, Ronan. And I need somebody else to roll a percentile. 50 and up is yes, 50 and down is no.
Check or saving?
I got it.
Constitution
Percentile.
save.
5.
Cool.
That sucks.
For you.
97.
So it's a yes. Alright, so right about this time, as you're all looking around to try and figure out where your friend has disappeared to, and they're filling you in on the fact that there was someone else helping and who they were and that they were another prisoner, Ronan sneezes. And a 10-foot gout of flame. Which direction are you facing?
I would still be facing the cell.
A 10-foot gout of flame goes into the cell.
I'm just not wrong.
And I need everybody
I never
to
got
make a
it.
dexterity saving throw.
Am I at disadvantage because I haven't yet untied my ankles?
No, this would be a body jerk thrust. You could do this laying down.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna be that nice, okay?
I'm sitting here like, fuck.
So you said deck saving?
Yeah, you would have actually been sitting long enough that would be assumed that you could have gotten off his arms.
Dirty 20.
Cool. You're number 1. Well, the good news is that you're only going to take full damage and be a bald kitty.
22.
22.
15 plus 7.
You're only going to take half damage and be bald. I need you to roll 3d6. You know what the problem is with the dragon flu? And being in a sewer full of noxious gases.
Blow back, I'm assuming.
Louis?
Yeah, kinda. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You're fucked.
No. Didn't you pass your deck save?
I did. I rolled a
Oh yeah,
dirty
that's
20.
right. Everybody got a hat. Oh yeah, you got the 1.
I got
So
a 1.
go ahead and roll your 3d6. At least it's low.
9.
Okay, so 9 points of damage as you get. So what happens is he sneezes into the cell. This ignites the liquid pain in the cell because it turns out that some drugs are very volatile in a liquid state, and it causes a combustion that, like you said, blows back into the hallway.
Alright.
Some of it splashes, and this
So
is
wouldn't
why
that mean
you
you take like what, 4 or 5 damage?
That's what I'm wondering.
5 round up for everybody.
Alright, sorry, go ahead.
And it blows, and the liquid spouts outward. You get splashed with it and hit for the full 9.
Okay.
But that's not really where the bad damage came from that made you get hit twice as hard. They hit the floor. We'll say that Keloura was just below the fire line, as it were, in the elevation point.
Alright.
And Ronan ducked and hit the ground. You were not expecting that sneeze. You did not see that sneeze coming. And the liquids you managed to sidestep perfectly. The flaming liquids hitting the volatile liquid in that canal, and the explosion behind you, on the other hand, threw you into the wall and gave you 9 points of bludgeoning damage, not fire damage, because the low-grade vampirism would double that. Though the low-grade vampirism does half it technically, because vampires are kind of resistant to bludgeoning.
So instead of doing 9, it only did 5?
Yeah, you're good there. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
I infected the players with a whole bunch of weird diseases that do fucked up and positive at times things for them.
I just had a weird thought. Now I have a naked butt like a baboon.
Yes, and it's red from the fire.
Right? I've got a baboon booty.
Rafiki!
That's what I was thinking. Baboon booty.
Ronan, you're now very aware of something that you never thought you'd ever see. What a tabaxi's butthole looks like.
Cover your fucking self, man.
What the hell am I supposed to cover it with? You're the one that burnt the hair off.
Loincloth, something, get a sheet, goddamn.
Would you rather I just let it all hang out?
I don't need to see your balls in your butthole.
Well, you either see one or the other. My loincloth only hangs in one
Ladies,
spot.
ladies, you're both pretty.
I'd rather just not see any of it.
You what?
I'd rather just not see any of it.
That was in character
Well-
too.
Tough luck.
You're both pretty.
I like to draft.
God damn it. I need to
I'm
cure
half
this
tempted to
shit.
go back and fucking sell. Oh my god, I remember why I went in there. That's not as scary.
The cell is locked again, by the way.
Are there raptors?
Go ahead and roll perception. Not that you can see any way of climbing to.
What about flying?
Believe it or not, right now you're pretty sure you can't fly.
I'm gonna give it a hearty attempt to at least get off the ground, see what my wing strength is.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that strength check. Don't fail.
The purple one.
Hey, so you managed to get yourself up off the ground, and there's no purchase or any place to climb into the ductwork here.
Okay. Do I feel like this is a adrenaline-based thing, or can I tell that the muscles in my wings have remained somewhat intact?
It's taking you more effort than usual to keep yourself aloft.
Okay. So if I put too much into flying, I'm gonna take a point of exhaustion.
Uh-huh.
Okay. See, these are the questions you're supposed to ask.
You're still trying to fly in full armor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that, now the bird is out of the cage. Where are you guys going?
I'd say back across the bridge and out the door.
Sure. We can try.
Alright, whatever.
You guys want to go deeper?
Well, do you not remember homie slamming the door shut and the loud thunk we heard? The one I called a coward.
I'm pretty sure we can get around that. But
I'm not hitting it with my head this time.
no, but I can try to melt the hinges with my acid splash.
I think at this point, Wisp is going to look over at Rowan and be like, deeper! Deeper is always better!
Is there a clear enough spot that I can trust to just set out my bedroll?
No.
No? Everything's at least got enough of a slant to be concerning.
Everything's got enough of a slimy coating that you'd be afraid to lay your shit in it for too long.
Okay.
And there's odd looking bugs crawling across. They kind of look like somewhere between a cockroach and a centipede. Had babies with a scorpion, and then they decided to have a love child with the praying mantis and called it pretty.
Specimen.
There's random, like, weird looking bugs like that crawling everywhere. You're not sure if they're venomous or not. Some of them look like they're made out of crystal. Some of them look like they're made out of a crystal the same color as the liquid that was seeping out a few moments ago.
I'm gonna go sit by the door.
Which door?
The big wooden one that we heard the kerthunk.
Okay. You're
You
trying
know.
to go deeper.
Of a wooden bar.
No, I was just telling Ronan that deeper is always better.
I don't care what we do.
I mean, we could always go to that door and open it up and see where it leads.
Not if it's locked from the other side.
Oh, it's the door you came in through.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean it's locked.
Kerthunk.
It's not technically locked.
This is barred.
What's it made out of?
Black oak.
Acid should go through that pretty easily.
It's up to you.
Go for it. I mean, you can
What
definitely
about the
try.
hinges? Just steel?
Did you know that you are the loudest rogue I have ever met?
You got a fucking problem?
Maybe. We could have been all the way through this place by now if you hadn't been the loudest rogue I've ever met.
What? Fuck you.
The door is going to hit the ground with a deafening crash.
Maybe.
Do I hear the voice of God say maybe so I can look at him incredulously?
Actually, in the voice of God in the back of your head, you hear them talk, referring to the door, go, "It can certainly try to."
I'm just going to sit there looking absolutely incredulous, like,
In other words, the door can certainly try to fall and make a loud thump. So you're going to try and acid the hinges?
Sure.
What type of acid are you using? Because I know at least one of you is carrying a vial or 12 of acid.
I have acid splash as a cantrip.
Okay.
So I was just gonna cast acid splash.
Okay, so
on the
roll
hinges.
to hit. The armor class, because you're aiming for the hinges, is 15.
Plus my spell attack bonus, right?
Uh-huh.
11.
So you miss and hit the door, and it just kind of splashes off harmlessly. You're still getting used to this whole magic thing. It's like,
Yeah.
Alright, so you're leaning against the wall watching the rogue try to melt the hinges. And Wisp, what are you doing?
I'm currently going over everything that I have, basically doing like a survival check. This is all of my items. What can I do with said items?
So you're pulling out all your shit in the middle of this hallway and taking inventory, basically.
I ain't pulling out none. I got all of it written down. I am reading my inventory and trying to figure out what I can do with my inventory.
So Wisp is sitting there with a written note going
Yep.
over everything in his shit. Just go ahead and roll a perception check for me, please, because it's dark in here. I know you get an advantage because you have low light vision.
What the fuck did I do with that big ass dice? There it is. Now remember our deal. You roll a 9, I'm kicking you. Alright, cool.
It rolls a 9. It can sleep in Maylene's room for a night.
Okay. That's a deal. 16 plus perception. I got a 21. Or no, 22. Sorry.
Well, and you were trying to do what again? Remind me.
I was just reading
Oh
my
yeah,
shit.
you can not only read it, but you notice a few spelling errors.
Okay. I don't really care about my spelling. I just want to make sure I have my items. That's all I care about. Some of these items are coming in handy for something.
And while you're at it, you realize you hadn't noted down 2 vials of concentrated liquid paint yet.
$3,000 doses per vial. 1 drop equals 1 dose.
Actually, 1 drop equals 2 doses.
How the fuck do you get half a drop?
You let it bead on the end of the dropper and touch it to a piece of paper.
So I'm basically gonna be doing like acid tabs. Alright. So 1 drop equals 2 doses. Let me make note of that. Okay. Doses. 2 doses. Alright, cool.
Or you could dilute the entire thing into a cask of wine and you could end up with 1,000 shots. There are 3 doses apiece.
Yeah, I can see you taking like 5 shots and get like 30 doses. 15 doses, something like that.
That would be an overdose, and that would be a take damage type overdose at that point.
I know, but I can see him doing that.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, yeah, why not? I'm gonna pull the greatsword out of the bag, and I'm going to like stick it up against the edge of the door where the door meets the wall, and try to like pop the or shimmy the bar up off the door.
So let me get this straight. What you're going to try and do is the bar, which is traditionally right at the middle hinge.
Yeah.
You're going to try and push the sword above or below the middle hinge.
I'm gonna try and go just a little bit below the middle hinge, so that way I can get the bottom half of the bar and try to pop the bar up.
Okay, well, obviously it's not that hard to put the tip of a blade into there. I do need you to make a strength check, though, to make sure that you can push through that overly tight crevice to get your blade all the way into the hole.
Overly tight crevice.
Otherwise, you're just not going to thrust deeply enough, and it's not a good thing.
And what kind of save is this strength?
This is just a straight-out strength check. No save.
Alright, so 18.
18. It goes all the way through, and you hear the scraping. As a battle master, Keloura, you cringe at what just happened to that sword.
Mm-hmm.
Ronan, you're not even
If
big
it
on
was lips
swords,
could curl.
and that made you shudder. You hear the metal carving and shaving itself off the edge of the blade as the middle hinge scrapes
Hey,
along it.
I offered everybody here the damn greatsword. Nobody wanted it. I'm making use of it.
Alright, and now that you've got it popped up underneath there, and that's what the strength check was for, is anybody going to help him with the next part?
I guess I'll help you lift it.
Well, okay, so that'll be a sleight of hand check with a advantage.
Sleight of hand with advantage.
Yep.
18 Where are you bringing my plane? There it is. Okay. 23. Oh wait, you said advantage, so I gotta roll another one. Yeah, it's 23.
The other one was shitty.
The other one.
See, and that's why advantage is your best friend. If you're ever gonna roll a 1, that's when to do it.
Alright.
Unless you roll 2. I've done it.
Unless you're rolling with disadvantage and then you get a nat 20 and a nat 1.
Yep.
Down
So,
there online.
the both of you pull down on the hilt of this sword, and you hear the wood creaking. And that is a heavy, probably about a 200-pound bar on the other side. With that little bit of it's a slide and drop type bar on the lock.
Okay.
So you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So you do manage to get it to slide up, and then you hear it drop down and thunk into the floor about a little bit past midway towards where the hinges are,
Okay.
as if it only came loose on one of the bracers for it.
I mean, that's fine. One's better than none.
True that.
Boy, Wisp,
Huh?
can you get that door open a wee bit?
I can try.
Get it open, I'm gonna try a thing.
Okay.
So we'll say that after maybe about 10-15 minutes of struggling with it, especially with your strength being a little bit sapped and you're feeling a little bit as a result, you hear it pop, and the door gives way about this much.
Perfect.
You got about a 10-inch space.
Alright.
I'm gonna go up. I don't care if we take a point of exhaustion for this. I'm going up. I'm gonna give every bit of everything I've got left to gain some fucking momentum. Arcing downward, so wings out, and then only occasionally like whoosh after that initial burst. Because I'm trying to gain that momentum and keep that flight path. And as I hit the door, I'm gonna turn myself into a cannonball.
Okay.
I'm not hitting it with my head, I'm hitting it with my shoulders.
All right. So, the door opens outward, as you're well aware.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you flying from?
About, I'd say...
The furthest away from the door you can get straight across the canal is 20 feet.
Let's see, I've got 30 feet of... Do I have to worry about the feet of my movement?
Not for this.
Okay. I'm about be about that 20 feet back
So
and
right back
10
up
feet
against
up.
the gate of the cell, up and then cannonball down.
Yep. Think a rapidly descending paper plane. Once I get the speed going, I'm really trying to just hold my wings out.
What is the objective of you doing this?
Blunt force trauma to the door. I'm 180 pounds, moving quite quickly.
Into a door that has one of the bars knocked down.
And at least somewhat weakened hinges.
Has the bar half on, and the hinges in the door itself are weakened. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I want to deal blunt force trauma.
So go ahead and roll the hit. There's always the chance they miss the door. It is a part of a wall.
Right.
Plus 8. 15.
Oh, it hits. And you weigh 180 pounds. You're moving as fast as you can. Go ahead and roll 2d12
2d12.
plus your strength modifier for damage. Should only be a +4 now. Because you had a strength of 20 and I took a point away for 12 hours.
And I did subtract the 1 point off of that roll to hit.
It's a temporary thing, so
Yep.
9 damage?
9 damage unless I get my +4 from my strength.
You do.
Okay, so 13 points of damage.
So Keloura slams into this door, and you hear it creak. You hear it, the wood itself crunch a little bit. And they roll down the door and kind of come to rest at that little crooks that you've made by pushing it open some. And that brings us to you, Ronan.
I'm on the ground just cackling. Told you I wouldn't hit it with my head this time. That was fun.
It's a good thing you aren't a rogue, because that was loud.
Yeah, I don't make a point to try to be a rogue.
Right?
I'm a fighter. You know what fighting is? It's loud.
Right?
Most of the time.
Speaking of loud,
They already know. We've had like 5 different people over the course of our time here go ring alarm bells.
doesn't mean y'all couldn't hide somewhere.
So how far open is the door now?
About a foot.
After they hit it?
About a foot after they.
It's decimated.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Give it a few minutes.
Oh, the air feels so good.
Can I use Mage Hand to push the door open any further?
What's the specifications on what Mage Hand can or cannot do? This door is barred and does have strength issues, and I don't want to fudge that up. It's just easier to ask. Especially.
Fuck, I can't do it this turn. The bird doesn't have any more movement. I was just thinking.
Hey, whatever works. I'm just sitting here. This could
Yeah,
be fun.
You can use your action to control the hand. The hand vanishes if you are ever more than 30 feet away or if you cast another spell or this spell again.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the action to control the hand. You can use it to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, store or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour contents out of a vial.
What's the weight limit?
The hand can attack or carry more than 10 pounds.
Okay.
That kind of makes me think though. Sorry, something completely off topic.
Oh, that hand has lots of fucking uses as a result.
Oh no, I was talking about the mage's hand from Vox Machina.
Oh, no, that's something else. That's Big B's fist.
So,
That's Big B's hand, not Fud.
Really?
Yes, that's not Mage Hand, that's Big B's
Oh, I
hand.
thought that was. Oh, right. Now that actually explains a lot more. Now I'm less confused.
Different hand spell. Okay, so the answer to that is that if you try, that hand will not be able to move that door because of the bar dragging the ground. The bird slamming into it full force only moved it 4 inches.
Wait, I mean, we got a whole 2 feet now.
I thought, yeah.
You said we got 10 inches the first time, and I pushed an additional 4.
It was.
Yes,
well,
it's 1 foot 2 inches.
Yeah.
yeah.
I said it was open about a foot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
not 24 inches. Derpy, 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 derp.
Yeah, 14.
It's okay.
I mean,
your intelligence is only a 10.
technically,
It's a
aren't you
9.
a changeling?
Yeah.
Alright, so technically you'd be able to make yourself small enough to squeeze through the fucking door.
I could. Can't I change into like an elf or a pixie or something small enough to get through the door and walk through?
Pixies are technically considered tiny. You can be a small or medium-sized humanoid. You can technically try shifting yourself into a gnome or a goblin small enough.
I mean, I think gnomes are the smallest, aren't they?
That ain't the beast.
About the same size.
Hey Ronan, in a quote I heard yesterday, pitter patter, pitter patter.
You must have never seen Letterkenny.
No, I never saw it until I was over at your house.
It's a Letterkenny thing.
But I kept hearing your dad say it yesterday, so I was like, pitter patter, pitter patter.
Extra cold for
So, I'm
That
gonna
feels really good.
change into the smallest creature I possibly can and see if I can fit through the door.
The answer is yes. You can fit through the door. And as you step out into the room, we're going to go to a bio break because I've got to set some shit up.
Oh, y'all fucked me.
And we are back. Many apologies for that taking so long, but I had to find a whole bunch of miscellaneous stat blocks, character and creature skills, and other stuff because people decided to backtrack. And we are back. Many apologies for that taking so long, but I had to find a... Anyway, now that that's done and over with. So, Ronan, as you step out of the door, you see 3 kobolds dressed in miscellaneous attire. You can make out the 2 more figures at the back of the room. This guy, you cannot see past the table or your direct line of sight as you're stepping through. But as you start peeking your head out, just looking, you see 6 kobolds in a formation in the room.
Cool.
So I try to squeeze back through the door. Can I do that?
From here.
So I'm gonna try to squeeze back through the door real quick.
Okay, no problem. Are you going to go ahead and make a stealth check if you're trying to stay hidden? If you're trying to stay hidden.
$21.
21.
Yep.
Oh, that definitely beats their passive perception. They are actively looking though, so. Nope. Just missed you. Nope, nobody notices you.
Cool.
I rolled the highest I rolled was a dirty 20. So you just skated by. Not, you hear them kind of as you poke your head around and then. Anybody speak Draconic? You hear something? What was that? I don't know. Where do you think it came from?
I'm gonna shout in Draconic, God damn it, it won't budge, this door won't work. And then stomp away from the door.
Okay, so you hear Keloura spout out something that sounds like in the same language that those creatures were using, and then stomp away from the door up the corridor. About how far?
Not far. I'm trying to sound like I'm walking away.
Are you?
No.
So you're doing that stomp, and it's lighter and lighter as you go.
I want.
Roll performance.
Alright. I want to make sure that's the right stat. I didn't take a hit to that stat.
And Wisp, what are you doing?
18.
Well, currently I am trying to figure out what all languages I speak because apparently I don't have the shit written down.
Ooh.
I must have erased it at some point because it was on here.
I know you'd speak Common and Tabaxi.
Yeah, I don't have it written down at all.
I was there for the creation of this.
Right? That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
speak to me of the old magics. I was there when they were written.
Right?
I was there right after you first dreamed that character up. Literally.
I thought I did. I thought I spoke Common, Tabaxi, and Draconic, but apparently I do not. Apparently I don't speak any language because it's not written down.
At least you're not feeble-minded.
Right? Knowing me, I probably have it written down on the damn Pathfinder sheet from back when we did Pathfinder.
Probably.
That should be over here.
Well, then I would leave it to DM's discretion.
I'm going to say one of you understands, so we're going to say no at this point.
Okay.
You can always pick up a language. There's
Yeah.
ways. Alright, so as Keloura's doing this, and you hear and you see them doing the whole stomp and then lighten their footsteps and not go anywhere thing.
Okay.
What was the performance check on that?
18.
It sounds like their footsteps are actually carrying down the corridor towards Screamy.
And obviously you don't hear this in person, but fucking hide.
Yeah.
He's already hidden, like,
Stay in, please. We might be able to get them all gathered up right near the door. They think I'm walking that way.
alright. So, I'll give them an insight, which is intelligence, and oh. I rolled them for a group at an 8 because I wanted this to go relatively quickly. So, nope, they are fooled by your little ruse. Hey, quick, over this way, is what you hear. And you hear their clawed little feet scampering towards the door cautiously.
Stay close. Or stay close, but whispered.
Okay. Ronan, where are you positioning yourself now that you are no longer at the other side of that door?
You really do.
Where are they at exactly?
They would be on either side of the doors opening, basically would be my guess. Prepared and ready, so there'd be like one here. We'll say this corridor goes down that way, and
Someone lands in
that way so that you can actually like walk. Okay?
I can switch places with you and give you my
Can I just go straight to the back of the very...
Well, that canal is still there.
Yeah, I want to go back as far as I can.
Well, to right here puts you... You'd still be in direct line to the door.
And then off to the... this way a little bit.
Alright, so back here and tuck into that shadow. Keloura's right next to you on the door, so Wisp's there. And... this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He looks like he's trying to hide as he comes around this corner. I need everybody to go ahead and roll their a perception.
Five.
18.
You don't see him.
Well, I'm pressing up to the door and kind of tugging with.
12.
You
I'm more
actually don't
focused
see him. You rolled 14.
I'm more focused
So-
on keeping you within 5 feet of me.
Alright.
So apparently the only person that sees him is me.
Yeah, you see him. He's about maybe 2.5 feet tall. Obviously a kobold. Looks like he's kind of better prepared than most of the ones you've seen.
Can I see the rest of them in the room?
Nope, it's just that one. And he's just kind of peers in and he's looking around. And then just quietly slinks back. And you don't hear anything. Just far enough to catch sight of the two of you.
Okay.
Did not see you with what your stealth roll was. His perception was just shit on that. So, you're still an element of unknown.
Didn't even give me a chance to steal. Son of a bitch.
I was gonna say we're doing our best to be dressed up and like sneaky. Can we get stealth rolls?
If you can beat an 18, yeah.
Alright.
If you can beat an 18, I'll say he didn't see you.
Sees Wisp.
Yeah.
Sees me. Okay. That's worth asking.
It's always worth asking. Doesn't mean that the answer will be what you want it to be. Alright, so
Does he see her?
However, we did
Herbie's
get
in your
them
hat, so no.
We
He
did
doesn't
get
see
them up
her.
against the door.
So, with that being the case, this one moves up, and this one moves up, and you hear the bar being disjointed from the door.
Alright, I'm gonna need another performance check because I'm gonna shout, "Fuck, we've been had," and again try to sound like I'm running.
What you doing? It's actually on you right now. We're still technically not in combat.
Yep.
I'm just gonna hold for now.
You just gotta hold in position.
Yep.
Alright, go ahead and roll your performance.
10? Oh, nope. That is a 6. That's an 8. Not nearly as good as my last one.
These guys are dumb.
They didn't need it. They're full, but my
I rolled a
banana.
6 and they did it. Well, I rolled a 6 and it's on those two types.
Well, I guess heavy armor sounds loud no matter how you're running, so.
Right.
They actually get no bonus to their intelligence, so no insight bonus, and they're not proficient in it, so sucks to be them.
I'm going to switch sides of the door though, dragging Wisp with me.
Okay, so you're gonna move over here to where I have wisps. They obviously see you as they're moving the bar away.
Yeah, I'm trying to look like I'm grabbing him and running, but actually just like repositioning.
From the back of the room, you hear one of them calling out, and you hear them moving and positioning themselves.
Mm-hmm. You don't understand me saying "fuck, we've been had." I said it in Draconic
Yeah.
because I'm wanting them to hear it.
As you take off running, this guy moves up and through the gate and turns without looking real quick and starts like he's going to run this direction. You do get an attack of opportunity as he's going by each.
All right.
Because he didn't see where you went. They just sent him through the door after the we've been had,
Yep.
and he followed blindly.
So he's like right here, yeah?
Yeah. So, oh yeah, you can actually use your hex blade to swing at it, by the way.
Yeah.
You get an attack of opportunity if you want it.
So is he like right here or more like right here?
It's like running 5 feet past you. You could reach out and touch Faith with the sword easy.
Okay.
Now, here's the catch. You cannot use your superiority die during for this.
No. Superiority die is a reaction.
These are your turn only.
Yeah, and it's a reaction. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to come down across him with my long sword,
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
and that's a +7, not a +8 right now. Now,
Say what?
how does an 8 do on a nat 1?
You miss, and your sword hits the ground. If your sword hits the ground and rings out through the caverns, now they know exactly where you are.
God damn it. Well, I tried
You
to be
do get your
sneaky.
attack of opportunity.
I'm not a rogue.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the double attack. I don't know.
You only get one swing.
One
Yeah.
swing.
Attack of opportunity is just 1.
You don't get to double attack, but you do get to take a slash at them as they're coming through, basically.
You rolled 1 higher than me.
If you're using your hex blade, you get your spell attack bonus at least.
Still an 8. Or no, it would be a 10.
But it does still miss, but not as atrociously.
Alright.
It's like he goes past you, looks up, sees Keloura's sword, dodges out of the way, turns, stops right here, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
I just sat there pouting at that nat 1 for a minute. But I'm going to assume, yes, you've gotten that out of your system. Okay, my initiative is a dirty 20.
7.
7.
I got a 12.
What was yours, Keloura?
Dirty 20.
All these dice are fucking atrocious today. Like, if I had more than 4, I'd put him in jail. Swear to God. It'd be like life imprisonment. I'd take a lighter to him. It's being that bad.
There's some
Okay.
orphans up here.
So this is actually going to go them,
I use this purple.
Keloura, Wisp, and Ronan. You rolled the
Oh, you
7,
both
so you're
purples.
pulling up the back of the pack.
Okay, this is
Okay.
Not the worst place to be considering.
Right?
It's not the worst.
Yeah.
Not the worst outcome.
Yeah, I decided that I was going to go off of the whichever one you encountered first and interacted with first, or swung on first, was who we were going to use for the initiative bonus for that group. And he's got a good dex bonus.
You
Got
know
a
how I thought
21.
about it? I should have just ripped that dude's throat out. Like, vampire-wise.
I should have bitten him too. But like,
Your bite only counts as a dagger, though.
Yeah, my bite still would probably hit.
Maybe. Gets the same hit bonus everything else does. Alright, so that being the case, these two are back here are going to just hang back. They start. You hear what sounds like orders being barked. The scout that just ran past you and you both missed, starts calling out to the others in what sounds almost like the raptors from Jurassic Park. It's not draconic.
is it primordial or infernal?
No.
What language? I might be proficient. I mean,
Nope, you're not. Actually, bits of it, Ronan, you pick up. Apparently, they're yelling in Thieves' Cant. Partially. And something else. You're pretty sure it's just straight out Kobold. Like their own dialect and bastardized version of Draconic. Yes, I want the peanut butter M&Ms.
shh. I'm trying to hide it.
I'm only eating the ones with W's on them. Why I can never work for the factory. I'm blonde.
You say you're blonde?
Yeah, I'm blonde, you know, so I get fired from an M&M factory for eating all the ones with W's on them.
I dropped one on my crotch. Tastes pretty good.
Is it bad that you saying you're blonde got me all excited about the fact that I found a gray hair this week? I did. I'm so excited.
Alright, so back to the murder. As that one barks out orders, you watch as the other two push their way in through these dungeon doors. And, well, their backs are directly to you, Ronan, because they're looking at, well, you, Wisp, and you, Keloura, standing side by side. And they're going to, oh, let's see here. Yeah. They're each going to take, one of them is going to take a swing at each of you separately. They were marked, basically called the door 2.
So apparently in real life and in the game, I am a ninja.
Oh, shit. They're like all the way stuffed back in that corner.
You could scoot over here closer to me.
You could scoot over that way, too.
I could.
Alright.
But I'm right here in the air path. I don't
Yeah, but if
wanna
you
move.
scoot over a little bit, you'll be directly in the air path.
That's cool.
They do have a good point. Alright. So,
Let's make sure I get this.
There's a board right there. I'm good now.
Are you sure?
Yep, my tailbone was violated.
Ow. Okay. You alright?
No. I'm not feeling good.
I heard that. And we're just gonna leave it at that. Alright, so first swing.
Caught it.
Yep.
Awesome. There are no restrictions to this on how many times I can use it per rest. Heck yeah.
Well, I mean, on a lighter note, since he's got to take a quick break. Huh? Oh. But no, I'm saying on a lighter note, since he's got to take a quick break, you've got the highest, I got the second highest, he's the third highest, so at least we can get in some initiative.
And he can hold his initiative until he gets back. He is on the other side of the door perfectly hidden.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this little guy takes a swing at you, Keloura, with a hammer.
Well, higher than a 20?
21.
Oh. Alright.
I rolled an 18 and they get, well, I rolled a 15 and they get a +6.
Go for
So,
it.
hang on, before you do all this stuff, I got a quick question, since you guys are both DMs. With having a +2 on the silence scale now, does that make my AC higher, or does it just mean like...
It includes, it improves, okay. +2 is the amount of armor class bonus that you get from the armor itself.
Okay.
And then you get your dex bonus in full on top of that because of the type of armor it is. The fact that it's stealth means you don't get disadvantage on your stealth rolls because of how that armor is modified.
Okay, so it doesn't raise my AC, my AC stays the same, correct?
As it was, correct.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Alright, so, first swing at you is a 2. So that misses. Even with the +7 to hit, it's only a 9.
I'm dancing.
And he comes back around and swings with a shield bash, which also it's 12. That misses as well. His friend, looking at Wisp, comes down with his hand mallet in the same manner. 10 + 7, 17.
That's what I got. Me.
So it hits, and it's a 1d6 + 4.
Hello. Hello. I'd like to use my reaction, since I'm holding my shield, and
Right.
he's within 5 feet of me, to impose disadvantage on that attack roll. Fighting style protection.
You have to actually set the fighting style at the beginning of your turn, I thought, or is it a reaction?
It's a reaction.
Okay.
I went and double checked fighting styles in the book to make sure it wasn't based on arrest or anything.
It still hits with a 20. It's 21 that time.
Ugh. I tried.
So he hits, and now here's the interesting one. 9 and a dirty 20, and you get lucky because he goes in for a second one right over. It's like the hammer hits, bounces back, and he goes for a second one instantaneously without any thought.
Yep.
Gets disadvantage on the second attack for some weird reason, and he misses. It's like it wasn't aimed quite as well. And then he comes up for the shield bash.
Did my asshole eat my pencil? Like...
Is something biting you?
15 + 6 is a 21.
That is what bit you.
Okay.
Okay, so you take 5 damage from the mallet hitting you the first time.
That would be bludgeoning, right?
Correct.
So I only take 3?
Correct. This is the
Alright.
vampirism thing.
Yeah.
And the shield hits, or the shield swings for a 21 as he comes up with the shield bash.
Okay.
So he comes down with the hammer and then brings his shield up, similar to the one that was just attacking Keloura does to you.
Okay.
And he's going to, that does 1d6 + 3. He actually catches you square on that sweet chin music with that second one.
Alright.
So it's gonna pull 7 rounded up as 4, rounded up and halved as 4.
Okay. As a reaction, I'm gonna use Hellish Rebuke because he actually hit me.
Yep, that's how that has to work. So go ahead and roll it. It's just a reaction.
Yep, it's a reaction that does.
What's the dex save?
The save is my spell DC is 15, but it doesn't go off of my spell DC, does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, or it should say somewhere in the.
I don't know. My spell DC is 15. That's all I know.
Then yeah, it goes off of your spell save difficulty.
All right.
So he gets a +3 to his dex.
Nope, that hits full force roll for damage.
All right.
Because that's one of those it just happens type deals.
Yeah.
You all better fucking roll good.
I sacrificed the bonus to my proficiency with my fighting style to take 2 fighting styles, the interception and protection. So my proficiency stays +3 instead of +5.
15.
So, flames come up from underneath him, and they're normally
Flame on!
blue and purple, and it seems to lick at his body and burn into him.
I want him to understand that, you know,
Yeah, I failed even
a
with
lot of
advantage.
things burn my ass, you know, especially flames this high.
So you said you did 15 to him?
Yeah, 15. Fire.
Where did I put that pencil?
You need to use my pencil?
I need a pencil. It doesn't matter. I gotta subtract.
Fair warning, it was under my booty at some point.
I don't know. Alright. That's their movements. Now, as for ye homeboy that is back behind you technically with he's gonna swing at you too.
And then I'm out of reactions.
Yeah?
I still have
Get-
reaction. You know what's really bad? Alright, so look.
Ow!
So. Where's that? Oh, yeah. So I never realized that that was a reaction until a few minutes ago when I read it. Right?
So
Right?
I gently pat you on your head.
having watched you get clocked in the side of the head by a hammer and obviously being distracted, little dude that ran past you all is gonna take his first stab in at you, Wisp. And that one, 12 plus. Where is it? 12 plus 6 is 18.
Beats it.
So, hits.
Yeah, it hits. Sorry.
Alright, so that'll be. This one is his one set. He gets his one sneak attack on.
Okay.
So it's 1d4 for the dagger plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus the 2d6 backstab bonus. 5 to 6 is so you take 11 as his first thrust gets in right up underneath your ribs in a nasty spot.
Pencil, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
He's gonna go in again for the second shot. So it's gonna be stab, stab. He shanks you a lot. He's like Shanky. You watch Happy Tree Friends. Dirty 20.
It'll hit.
That's unpleasant.
Good news is this one doesn't get the backstab bonus. It did hit 7 though.
7.
So yeah, so a grand whopping total of 18. So basically, he stabbed you for what you hellish rebuked his homeboy for.
So are you adding the last one plus this one?
Yes.
Is that where the 18 came from?
Yeah,
Okay.
18 is the grand whopping total of damage.
Alright, that confused me. That's why I was.
Okay, sorry, I'll stop.
No, you're good.
Alright, and that brings us to the.
Because the other two are going to hold in the background.
Since it's a reaction, I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke.
You can only use one reaction per turn.
Yep, you only get
Really?
one reaction.
Yep.
That is bullshit. Fuck you, D&D. Fucking Wizards of the Coast. Screwy ass mechanics.
Actually, it makes perfect sense. You can only react to one thing in 6 seconds.
It does not make sense. You can react to more than one thing. Especially if you're a spellcaster.
I've had moments like that too, don't worry.
You should be able to cast with one hand and fucking slice and dice with the other, man. Just saying.
Yeah, but if we let everybody do everything they wanted, the game would get really overpowered really, really quickly.
Well, Wizards of the Coast needs to make an adjustment. Like, that should be an adjustment.
Yeah, but then we'd be permanently stuck on all your reactions forever, and they'd have to overpower the monsters to the point of no return.
There are feats you can take when
I'm
you
just saying 2 reactions, man.
There are feats you can take when you level up. I believe to level 7 as a sorcerer that you could totally get a second reaction.
Well, yeah, the reason why I was thinking that is because Pathfinder gives you two for
Yep.
classic.
But don't worry, I'm here. I will be your reaction. It's my turn next.
What the?
Yeah, because the other 3 are actually going to hold outside the door and see what these 3 do. So
I
it's
will
on you,
feather
Keloura.
rebuke them.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Tickle their assholes. I mean, what?
Yeah.
I can't get the one who shanked you without moving really weirdly through 2 different enemies.
My fucking
Reaction
elbow
zones?
still hurts.
So I'm gonna go for the middle guy right there, and I am just gush, and then pulling. I'm gushing and like going to like try to yank back and forcibly yank them towards me.
So kind of like a trip
Yeah.
or a sweeping type attack.
Yeah.
You roll a hit.
15.
Misses. So it does not. You do not get your contested strength check to pull them.
I knew I
Okay.
should have used 4 hero points for a fucking reaction. No, it's fine.
You don't have it.
First
I-
longsword hits the ground as I just let go and reach out with shield on one arm, gush, and try to pull forward
Roll
to
the hit
bite.
with the grapple.
Battering.
No! I apparently fall on my face because that's a 2.
So as you go up into grapple, he just smiles, pushes his shield up, and knocks your hands away, leaving you open and staggering back a little bit, not flat-footed though.
Yep.
Any bonus actions or anything like that that you wanted to use currently?
Not here.
And that brings us down to you, Wisp.
How far is Keloura from me?
Less
Next
than
to you.
Right next to me.
Yep.
Directly to your right.
Let me double check this one. I know I have something I can use, but I want to double check it real fucking quick.
Well, be careful, I'm like right across from you. Still hiding.
Good job. They only think there's 2 of us.
For right now.
Alright, so there's 2 in front of me and 1 right beside me to like my left.
Back into your left, just out of your sight. The only reason you know that they're there is because of the knife that they stuck in your back.
Okay.
The 2 in front of you are both wearing like a shield on their arm, are both carrying shields and a mallet that looks like it's made out of a tooth.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna use my green flame blade on the one in front of me and his buddy next to him.
So you're going to swing it in an arc at the 2 in front of you?
Yep.
That's right, because it hits the one next to it and the one in front of, or the one you're aiming at.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
$17.
Hits on the first one. Go for the second one too, because there are 2 targets, and each has the opportunity to block it.
Yeah.
Second one, it hit for
Was it better?
25.
Yeah, both hit. The second one takes the or is going to get hit harder. So go ahead and roll for damage, and they'll both take the same amount.
You better roll high! You cock-sucking motherfuckers, man! I fucking hate you! Ah!
But we love you, Pudgy.
Total of 14.
14 to each of them. So as you pull your hex blade and draw it out, a green flame encompasses and ensconces your blade. It's okay, I know who's there. Okay. A green flame wraps itself around your blade, and as it lashes out, the first one, it cuts across the first, and it's very obvious that because you're going left to right towards Keloura, basically.
Yeah.
It glances through. They try to get their shields up, and both of them fail miserably. They stagger back a little bit, hissing at these green flames that burn them.
You need pencil?
Yes. And I need to do math real quick because.
Do the math, do the math, baby, do the math, do the math, baby, do the math, do the math, baby, yeah. Do the math, do the math,
And
do the math, do the math.
that brings us around to you, or to. Do you have any bonus actions, movements, or anything like that you want to try to do at this point?
The only bonus action I really have, I can only do one attack, either magic or otherwise. I'm going to, damn, that counts as a bonus action. Doesn't it? I'm gonna reach into my, like, alright, so I'm not sure how, if it counts as a bonus action or not. Am I able to reach into my pocket and grab 3 pebbles and start charging them for my pebbles?
You have to use the casting action of a turn in order to actually charge those 3 pebbles, and it's a bonus action to throw each one.
Okay.
So if you had pebbles charged, you could
I
chuck
do have
one.
pebbles charged. I have.
You can throw 1.
I still have 3 charged. Yes.
You can throw 1 rock. Keep in mind, because they're within 5 feet of you, it would be a disadvantage to throw it at them. It's actually harder to hit somebody that's right up in your face with a rock. Did you know that? If you throw it. I mean, you could hold it in your hand and smash it into their face like a bludgeoning object, but I'm just putting this out there. If you do that, it's going to hurt you too.
What about if I, like, hold it in the palm of my hand and I flick it?
Then it's an impact explosive, so it's going to go boom in your hand. That's why you can smash it into their face, but it will hurt you as well.
Okay, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna see if I got anything else. Give me 1 second, yeah. 1 second.
I'm down to 1.
Am I able to splash anything on anybody, or does that count as a attack?
That would technically be an attack because you're trying to hit them with something, and you'd have to get your thingy out to splash them with it.
True. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have Herbie.
You can bonus action to command Herbie to do something, that's true.
I'm gonna have Herbie, since it's a cone of flame, go just above the 2 and burn down. You should be able to hit both.
Because it's a cone, it's a saving throw or 3d6 fire damage.
Plus my spell modifier.
Yep. So 15. Dex saves. That one does not. So 1 takes half damage, 1 takes full.
Okay, so Stop rolling like shit, guys. All these said 666 when I picked them up. Alright, so 6, 3, 11, 18.
Much better.
So one takes 18 and the other one takes 9.
One of them, mainly the one you hellish rebuke that hits you already, is looking really rough.
I'm gonna see if maybe turning my fucking dice tray right side in is my issue.
Might be. Alright. So, that being done and done, this brings us around to Ronan. So what you gonna do, man? You over there in that corner, you got your friends are being mobbed on by 3 dudes.
What you gonna do with all that junk up in your trunk? I'm gonna get you drunk.
So,
Is that in character? I really hope not at this point.
What you doing?
trying to figure it out. Let me think.
Okay.
I'm really not feeling good over here, bro.
That's what that smell was. No, it's the burning.
Oh.
The burning of the thinking and the thoughts
Oh.
and the temperature's already up from the
Oh. Alright, so
Do I want to go brute force with the fucking short sword attack and give up my stealth, or do I go with magic?
It's up to you, Mike.
also keep in mind that as a rogue you can bonus action disengage, and hiding is a free action afterwards. So if you get up on somebody, as long as you can use bonus action disengage for 15 feet of dip.
I know what my problem is. Can you pass me my mask when you get a chance?
That's why you rolling low.
Right?
The dice are punishing you.
Bad human. No cosplay.
There we go.
Test it.
Actually, this one doesn't count for no bit on that. $19, $16, $17.
Okay, the dice are just not afraid of you when you're not wearing the mask.
13, 15.
Did it again?
Fucking 9, bro. What the fuck?
If it rolls a 9, it's immediately ejected.
11. Alright, that was a 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fucking 7. Alright. I mean, to be fair, a lot of them were being nice, and I don't know where half of those are.
So I'm just
Figure
gonna
it out.
sneak up on the guy right in front of me and try to with my dagger.
So you're gonna try the one that Wisp's been working on. So you're gonna try and get him. So go ahead and roll to hit.
Where am
No, I just rolled behind the chair.
That's probably invisible.
12
12.
Ooh, good itch, good itch, good
plus my
itch.
dex, right?
Plus your dex, plus your percent, plus your proficiency.
So 15.
Actually misses. You catch him right in the shoulder. Like you go up under, and you seem to you strike metal with your first attack. And what other actions do you have at this point?
I know I have my bonus action and reaction.
You don't get to attack yet.
With my, I don't know. With
So
my
this
cunning
is
action, do I?
No, cunning action is disengage, hide, and dash.
Oh, I should still get 2 attacks as a rogue.
Maybe. My mother.
Some dudes say no.
Right?
And you've got the player's handbook. There's
That's
also
what
one
I
right
meant.
there.
And I
Yeah, that
actually
one's
looked
mine.
into it.
I think that one's
So-
yours.
It's my thought about it. Cause my baby loves to do the hanky panky.
So we didn't have to roll the dice without the mask.
Right, apparently.
Good news is it's almost Halloween season. Usually get one as a dragon too.
Right?
Nope, you only have one attack at present.
That's what I thought.
You do have uncanny dodge and things like that that make it so you can negate damage, though, so that's helpful.
Yeah. So I want to use uncanny dodge to get back out of the way.
Or you want to disengage back into your corner again?
Yeah.
Alright. Cool. So he comes out, tries to stab you. No dice. Backs off again. If you're carrying 2 daggers, you can get one with your one hand and one offhand as a single attack, but it's disadvantage on the offhand weapon. Doesn't mean you can't do it, just. And that brings us around to the top of the list.
You alright?
Mm-hmm.
I heard a crunchy. Like static.
And we're gonna start with the rough-looking one that you have been working.
Top of the list is Keloura.
No, top of the list is them.
Oh, okay.
They actually rolled one higher than Keloura.
Okay.
So, first dude, Mr. I've been working, I look like utter shit, and you're pretty sure his scales are falling off. Swings, and it's 17, didn't you? Or, wait, did I read that right?
I don't know what you're talking.
I know you don't know what my notes are, I think I read that wrong.
You're good.
There he is. Plus 7, so 19.
You got it.
Very cool.
First one comes down, it's 26 plus 3.
I saved it, did it?
6 plus 4 is 10. It's bludgeoning, so you're going to take half. And he gets his disadvantage because it was over that. His 7 and a 10. Misses with the second one. It's like every time that they hit with this mallet, it bounces and makes their arm force for a second one, almost like it's made out of rubber.
Okay.
And then he's going to come up with his shield bash. That's the only reason he's getting 3 attacks is because he hit you.
Alright.
The shield bash is 16, 1 low. So as he comes up for his shield bash, your sword hilt goes right down into his shield. It's like, no.
Right.
Just no. On the other hand, he did whomp you in the head with that mallet again, and you take 5 points of damage after having it.
5 is fine.
Alright. That's after the bludgeon cut.
Yep.
Alright, can I get the pencil, please?
No!
But I need it!
I'll let you know what you need.
Alright, so since this asshole just hit me, can I do my rebuke?
Yep, you do have your reaction back.
Alright, I'm gonna do my rebuke on this a-hole.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your
Power
damage.
up. I'm evil. No, you're evil. Go away.
9 and a 3.
19!
So, as you hellishly rebuke him, somebody be so kind as to remove him from there. So he comes down, whomps you in the head. Your eyes glow and flash for a split second, and he just burns right where he's standing from smacking you in the face. His friend, standing next to him, having seen this shit, kind of shudders a little bit, but seems to be able to hold strong. He got a 19 on his willpower.
All I can think of is, as I'm burning this dude, die, motherfucker, die!
Okay, and now he's off the board and dead.
Bitch.
Watch it.
Go on, bitch, you bother me.
Careful, don't piss off the damn damage.
Don't piss off the DM's monsters too much.
I mean,
I mean, they make me too mad. I think I'm peeing on them.
Okay. So that leaves those two in there. A blood-curdling scream echoes out through the hallway. Obviously, that guy is. His hammer's burning. Except for the head of it. Guy number 2 is going to take his swing at you, Keloura.
Okay.
15 plus 7 is 22. Hits. And he'll get. Did not make it on the disadvantage double, so you got lucky there.
Okay.
So it's a 1d6 plus 4 damage on the first swing.
I need a writing utensil now. I'm just gonna pass the writing utensil around.
4 damage on the first one, and then 17 to hit for the shield bash.
Misses.
And then as he comes up with his shield, you just kind of meet him with your own and just cling. No.
Ching!
Bad kobold, no cookie.
Who said you could hit me more than once?
Now, things start getting interesting. This one is going to move here. This one is going to move here and cast Mage Armor on him.
Okay.
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 And as they are in line of sight, while this one casts Mage Armor, this one is going to. What is he going to do? Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
Ask for help.
It's okay. I got this.
They're going to reach out. They're going
I don't want
to cast Hold Person, and I need to look at the spell.
Did you realize that you put your stuff between us and then scooched back into ninja spot?
No, I didn't even notice.
I think he just likes being a ninja.
I legit didn't even realize I did that.
I call you on your absent-minded ninja-ness.
Right? Like, I didn't even know that.
Alright, having gone and incinerated one of its friends, this little guy over here that has a line of sight just barely on Wisp is going to cast Hold Person.
I thought he cast armor.
There's 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
So I need you to go ahead and make a Wisdom save.
That's not it. That's not the thing I can see happening. That spell doesn't have a visual aspect.
Nothing, that ain't no.
19.
19? Okay, so at a 19, you feel like you see the magic wash over you as they do gesture something, and it feels like your joints get stiff for a second, but you just kind of shake it off.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Yeah, go for that save.
Saving throws are your best friend at times. That would be both of them, and this little guy right here is gonna hide right there. Because those doors are wide open. He's just watching because he knows there's more of you in there than that. He saw Ronan dash out and do something, just doesn't know where he went.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves us to the one that is still back into your left. Good Wisp.
It's not my turn.
No, it's still his turn. It's like,
Yeah, but you-
it's that guy's turn.
Wouldn't he have to move closer? Because before you said he was far enough away that I couldn't see him.
Yeah, he basically did his 3 back
Okay.
on a disengage. Now he's going up 3. He's going to
Okay.
swing at you with his dagger again. 4 + 6 is a miss. I don't care who you are. You're wearing armor. It missed. 8 + 6 is 14. Again, I know that misses.
Yep.
So he goes to try and shank you twice, misses, and then the next thing you know, he's going to use his disengage to pop him happy self back into here, into the shadows again and hide.
Since I still have the.
You
Oh.
hellish rebuke the last guy.
Okay, so I can't help you get through this guy.
Correct. And it is a level 1 spell, so when you run out of level 1 spell slots, you can't do it anymore.
I got you.
Unless you cast it at a higher level because it can't cantrip. Alright. And that brings us to Keloura.
Keloura. Alright, I am going to, as my whip's been on my hip without the latch, and just hanging in its spot,
Yeah.
just that one.
Directly in front of, basically directly in front of you.
Yep. I'm aiming to come around his waist, and with that grappling hook, just yank.
So you're trying to grapple him with the whip. Okay, so go ahead and roll the hit.
And deal its 1d10. That is, take that 9. It's a 16.
Just misses.
Alright.
As you go to lash out with the whip for your first strike, because you do get more than 1 attack, he brings his shield up and just smiles as it flops off because it completely screws the trajectory on the crack.
Okay, being that I've had the whip the whole campaign and I'm clearly good with it, I do not yoink my arm back and instead just and come around for a second
Okay.
crack without letting the tip pull a full crack. So you never hear the
Okay, so you go around, he blocks, and you just go for a second loop. Got it.
Yep.
It's possible.
I'm not trying to whip myself in the face.
That's a natural 1.
And boom. That's a 17 plus 7.
That hits. That's a 24.
Yeah.
Alright, so
That's a
roll
one-
damage.
That's a
1d10 plus your strength.
Yeah, 1d10 plus 4 currently. That's 8 points of piercing, and I use my entire movement and bonus action and everything I've got left to pull tight.
Okay, so to basically grapple him.
Yep,
Or you're going to try and grapple, so it's a contested strength to grapple, as you're well aware.
yep. That would be a 15. It would be a 16, but I have a plus 4 to my strength right now.
Uh-huh. And this is why we curse our players.
But I'm playing fair. I am taking the nerf.
Okay, so it doesn't matter because I rolled a 12. So, yeah, you've got him. He's tied up and bound, and the hook has actually wrapped itself around the haft of the whip. You would physically have to remove it with your hand at this point because it's a grappling hook hooked around it.
Yep. And
That's...
am I at this point? I don't like you!
That's about all you can do is tell it you don't like it now.
I have my action surge. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to use it to be an asshat. Nope, I'm gonna pull him in nice and close so Wisp could reach over and touch him if he wanted to. And go, I really don't like you.
So you've got him restrained, so it does lower his armor class. There is that.
Yes. And then I'm done.
You're really lucky you hit that too, because his armor class is up from the main armor.
And I could explain it with, I've been using the whip the whole campaign, which means I had it before. we
You're
found
proficient
each
in
other.
it.
Exactly.
Alright, and that brings us to the Wisp.
Well, you said that I can see the ones in that room. So, since I can see them and they can obviously see me, I am going to cast Circle of Death in that room.
How big's the circle?
Total of 60 feet.
It fills the room.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna fill the room. I'm just gonna make sure it's not gonna hit Keloura or myself.
Okay,
or
that means that you can get the 3 that are in the room, but that guy that is directly in front of Keloura, if you hit him because of the shape of the sphere,
yeah, it's gonna hit Keloura too.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
fine with hitting the people in the room.
and missing Keloura, cool.
Yeah.
And that guy, cool. Okay, so what does it do? Give me the information.
It is literally a instant sphere of negative energy that does 8d6 necro damage, and on a failed save does half damage. And it hits multiple targets.
So it hits everybody in there, 8d6
It's a con
necrotic,
save.
half save for a half on Constitution.
It's a con
There's
save.
7.
Okay, so
Right on.
I'm even.
18 for one of them, 3 for another, he failed.
Oh, hey, look. There's
Alright.
8.
And an 11. What was the difficulty?
Wait.
The difficulty is your spell save
Now there's
difficulty,
7.
right?
15. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So-
It's a con save, but my spell save difficulty is 15.
That's what it's set at then.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of them saved.
Okay.
Actually, one of the spellcasters saved for half. The
Okay.
other 2 are fucked. How much damage did they take?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll this mini first. Ooh. That's 13. So the first 2 take 36, and the other one would take
18.
18.
18.
Alright. Let me see something. Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Jeez.
Yep, and one of them gets a con save. Oh. Alright. So, everything in this room is dead. The one guy who lived,
Fuck yeah!
the one guy who lived, y'all ready for this?
Is face to face with me?
No, failed his constitution save because he had 4 hit points left, and you did 18 out of 22 to him.
Ooh.
So he had to roll for con save or die.
And guess what?
Failed the con save.
I rolled a 5.
Wow. Fuck yeah, I killed everybody in the room. That is fucking awesome.
Yeah, now
that was
you're
my
not-
goal.
Now you understand why I've been keeping tighter fucking corridors so that you, because I know you all spell books well enough to know that that's a little OP if I'm not careful. Ah. And that burns your entire turn for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All you hear in the other room, Keloura, because you're kind of tied up with this dude, is a bunch of screaming and 3 bodies hit the floor. After
I'm proud
Wisp
of
said
you.
something.
I'm just gonna. I'm proud of you!
Serves them right, assholes.
And that brings
pissing
us
me off.
to
Casting,
you, Ronan.
casting spells on the other guy,
That guy
trying
grappled
to
with
put
his
me
back
all
to
up.
you.
It's your turn.
If it makes you feel any better, there's literally only 2 people left. I
Yeah.
literally just killed a whole room full of people.
So, what you doing from your little nook and cranny? I'm even using these guys to their fullest extent of capability. I'm not playing.
Did a book fall over somewhere?
Yes, on my toe.
Okay.
It's okay.
Sorry about your toe, but I heard something fall. So that's why I was like, wait.
Yeah, okay.
Something just fall.
Yes,
You
a
also
book.
correctly identified the item.
It was a book.
Right.
You are correct. So props to you.
Apparently my perception is high.
I am high and my perception is not.
Ooh,
Alright.
that's something.
So, Ronan.
Sound like your shoulder's bop.
Dude's sitting with it all lashed up, kind of looking ragged. He ain't looking that great, but he ain't looking that bad either. And the other one's kind of poofed on you. So what you doing, homie?
Are they both in front of me still?
Well, as we've been telling you, this guy's right here.
Yeah.
Everything else is dead or gone. Other than this guy who's hiding.
I
You
meant
can't see him.
my team.
Yeah. They're backed into a corner. They put their backs to a wall.
Yep. But I've got that one grappling and grappling hook.
So
I
he's all
wanna
wrapped
shoot.
up.
So I guess I'll shoot firebolt at him.
Who?
At the guy that's lashed up in your whip. What's your whip made out of?
It's a chain whip now.
Okay, well that works out then.
Yeah, remember she threw away my leather one and gave me one that
And
is.
it's a cantrip.
Yep, so go ahead and roll the hit.
And that'd be plus
So you get
my
their armor,
spell,
no dex.
plus my attack bonus, plus 5. 18.
Oh, that definitely hits. Firebolt at level 6. You've got the spell information. And then once this is done, I think we're going to wrap it up because I'm going to have to get back to you guys on the loot table for this. There's stuff
You
I have to
hurl a
write down.
mode of fire at a creature or object within range. On a hit, the target takes 1d10.
At level 6, it should because it's a cantrip go up as you go up in level.
2d10 at 5th level.
Okay, cool.
Wisp speaks from Thomas. Wisp speaks Draconic because 2 sessions ago when Keloura was performing in her cell, he understood her.
Oh, okay, you're right. You did. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Thomas.
Love you, man.
Thank you, Thomas.
Missing you.
Dude, I thought for sure he spoke Draconic.
We'll talk about where your character is over the week.
Pencil, please.
Meow.
So 2d10.
2d10. Yep.
11 total.
11 total. He gets slammed in the back with this fireball as you're as you wrap the whip around him. You watch as a fireball comes out of the back. Now, do you want to stay there or do you want to try and hide yourself again?
I'm gonna go back into stealth.
So go ahead and roll your stealth check so we know how good you're doing hiding in that nice shady corner.
There, I wrote it down in bold lettering, so now I have it.
Cool. That one's a nice pencil. I was going to send that one back there and steal your yellow one for a bit.
9.
9?
Yeah, I got a 2 plus 7.
Well, you think you're hid well.
Oh,
You think you're hidden.
I've been hiding well enough.
It's
this whole
below their
time.
passive perception that they can see. That's just the breaks.
Yep.
They roll below y'all's passive perception, I just laugh at my monsters.
Paint tab.
Alright.
Pain tab.
Paint tab.
Okay. So that brings us around to them. Well, he ain't none too bright. Realizes he's cornered and outnumbered. He's just gonna swing as hard as he bloody well can on somebody. everything that's hit him has caught fire at this point. So he's not dumb enough to try that one. So he's swinging on you with that mallet
Well,
and
I mean,
shield.
Technically, he also watched everybody in the room.
Is he going past Wisp? to
Actually,
hit me?
it wouldn't be that guy. It would be the one that's standing in front of you, all whipped up. So he's gonna make a strength check to try and break free against yours.
Do I roll a contesting?
Yeah, you can roll a contesting on this one.
That would be a plus. That would be a 15. All right.
15 plus 3.
Yep.
And I'm just giving it a straight strength, not save. So he busts. You feel your whip get stretched as this thing flexes,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't get action because that takes it takes its full attack action to do that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna try and hunker down behind its shield and take a defensive stance. As for the other one,
I was just saying, if I were that guy, I'd run because he literally just watched everybody in that room shrivel up like fucking raisins.
he's watched all of his
Die.
comrades die.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So you hear the skittering of claws up a wall, the sliding of stone, and then silence.
More alarm bells. Fantastic.
No, silence.
I was
For
gonna say,
now.
if worse comes to worse, Wisp still has an attack. So, or not Wisp, but Herbie still has an attack.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings us to Keloura,
Mm-hmm.
because he had to use his whole fucking action to get that loose.
Yep. I'm going to use the brunt of my shield as a, I guess it would count as an unarmed attack. To get
No,
him
it's a
to
shield
break.
bash.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it'd be a
shield
plus
bash.
8 and then a d6.
Yeah.
1d6 plus strength.
Alright, well, I'm going to use it to try to get him to raise his shield.
His shield's up. He took a defensive
Yeah,
stance.
but like, up. I'm coming down like this.
Okay. Let's try and hit him, obviously,
Yeah.
otherwise he's not going to care.
Yeah. And that would be a plus 7 to hit would be a 22.
That hits. His spellcaster's dead, so the spell doesn't work anymore. His armor class is back down.
And that would be a 10 points of damage.
He's still standing. He's looking kind of wary. You watch as one of his teeth falls out. He spits it to the ground.
Is his shield above his midriff?
He tried to block.
Alright, I'm coming in with my one hand axe, because I did not retrieve mine off the guy that fell into the sludge. I was not that stupid.
Good call. You didn't catch anything from the sludge. You just had pain addiction from something else.
Yep. So that would be a second roll. 6 plus, or is that a 6 or a 9? It's a 9. So 9 plus 7 is 16?
As you go in to stab him in the gut and end this dude, he comes down with that mallet, grins at you, blood dripping out of his mouth. His own, you're quite certain of this, and knocks it out of the way just before it touches skin. Miss.
Cool. I'm going to action surge.
That's your one per long rest right now, so yeah.
Short rest.
Oh, yeah, there's short rest for this. But yeah.
And coming, since I'm assuming the beak of my hand axe would have been caught like this. So I'm positioned like this.
He poof and down and away.
Okay, so he's down and away. I would still be probably angled something like this. So.
It's an awkward position.
So I'm thinking I'm somewhere like this. I'm gonna come, boom,
You're gonna try and swing up and
just boom, with the pointy head end of my hand axe.
got it. So you're just gonna roll the hit.
I'm stabbing him with an axe because why not?
That's a terrible way to do somebody with an axe, especially since they have a can opener.
18.
Hits.
Yes.
Yes.
plus another.
Oh, it shouldn't be the
6.
one.
Okay.
That's another 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And he slumps as your axe opens up his little bit of armor like a can, hitting the ground and wiping the last of them to the floor. Now, I'm assuming you guys are going to want to loot bodies. I have to put a loot list together for these guys.
We can just loot them later.
That's what I mean. And we're losing Chris fast.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I'm not feeling the greatest.
So I'm going to say we're going to call it there, and I will write up a loot table. And then we'll roll
See
for
you
that
next
when
week.
you come back next week.
Chris.
Thomas, we will talk later in the week about what's going on with your character. I'll get a hold of you later, since I know you're watching. But beyond that, thank you for joining us, guys. And as always, live long and prosper. Please like, subscribe, share, get your friends addicted to us.
Right? And we will see you next week from our Nox Vitalia.
And finding out what the hell happens next.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Bye!